Memorizing the rules of asset impairment is only half the battle. To pass the strategic business reporting exam, you have to know how to deploy those rules inside a timed, organized digital workspace. Today, we are going to take a heavy 25-mark question on IAS 36 and build a high-scoring constructed response from a completely blank screen. We will walk through the exact process. You'll learn how to navigate your digital exhibits, identify ethical traps hidden in the text, and structure your answer to hit every level of the examiner's marking rubric. The SBR exam relies on strategy and digital workspace management just as much as your calculation skills. Let's set up that workspace. Step 1 is securing your time. For a standard exam, you need to budget exactly 1.95 minutes per available mark. Calculate your total time for the question and write that limit down before you read a single word. Next, set up your physical layout. Keep your reference exhibits on the left half of the screen and your blank word processor on the right. This prevents you from constantly toggling between windows and losing your train of thought. As you read, use the digital highlighter tool to connect the dots. If management makes a bold claim in the narrative exhibit, highlight it. Then find and highlight the corresponding financial data in the next exhibit to see if the numbers actually match. Move from knowledge up to application. The foundational rule: an impairment loss occurs when an asset's carrying amount exceeds its recoverable amount. That recoverable amount is the higher of fair value less cost to sell and value in use. Otherwise, test the cash-generating unit. Typing out these definitions signals to the examiner that you understand the conceptual framework's requirement for the faithful representation of assets. You are proving you know exactly what is being measured before you touch a calculator. With the rules defined, open your spreadsheet tool. This is where you secure your calculation marks by following the rigid IAS 36 loss allocation sequence. Follow the mandatory loss allocation sequence. First, allocate the impairment loss to specifically identified damaged assets. Remaining loss flows down to eliminate goodwill, which can never be reversed. Finally, distribute any leftover loss pro rata to remaining assets based on their carrying amounts. That covers the mechanical calculations. But the higher level marks require you to look closely at how management arrived at their value in use cash flow projections. You must apply professional skepticism here. Evaluate if management is using overly optimistic growth rates or ignoring expected costs to artificially inflate the asset's value and hide their true losses. Pointing out these suspicious estimates moves your exam answer from a simple math exercise to a much deeper ethical evaluation. Protecting stakeholder value by exposing manipulation is what separates a passing script from a failing one. Now we reach the top of the cognitive staircase. To earn those final, difficult marks, you must achieve synthesis, linking your impairment findings to broader, contemporary reporting standards. For example, you need to write a sentence detailing exactly how this calculated impairment loss must be categorized and presented under the new IFRS 18 presentation requirements. Look at this side-by-side comparison. You need to ruthlessly cross-check management's cash flow spreadsheet against the narrative claims they make in their new sustainability disclosures. A common discrepancy looks like this. The company's PR report boasts about a major, expensive green energy transition, but management fails to deduct those upcoming transition costs from their value in use calculation. Explicitly documenting that contradiction proves you understand integrated reporting. It shows the examiner you can connect isolated numbers to the real-world narrative, securing the top-tier marks. Look at the final result. Your initial notes and scattered calculations are now a beautifully formatted, cohesive professional document built entirely within the digital exam space. You successfully navigated the digital exhibits, executed the strict IAS 36 allocation sequence, and applied professional skepticism to management's subjective estimates. That blank screen is no longer a liability. You have transformed it into a structured workspace, systematically building a comprehensive, multi-level professional response. To practice this exact setup, download the CBE formatting template linked in the description below. Then, open the practice question provided and apply this 5-step process yourself. Turn this strategy into active muscle memory and take control of your exam.